Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the basketball wives. All right, so listen, the episode start. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Let me get this out the way first. The doorbell rings. It basically picked up where it left off at. Um, I thought it was Jennifer, but it wasn't Jennifer. It was a white man who is a magician. I was about to say musician. He was a magician, and he's doing a couple of tricks. And one of the tricks that stood out the most to me was there was this long balloon. I don't know where this balloon went, but baby, the balloon was probably what, 3 feet long, 2 feet long, 3 feet long, probably like 3 or 4 feet long. Baby, why he stuck that whole balloon? Baby, why he stuck that whole balloon down his throat? I said, "Whoa, girl." I said, "All right." Hey, I said, "Wait a minute, baby. Jesus, take the wheel." I said, "We got a new goat throat in town." Baby Ming Lee said that she want him to give her some pointers. I said, "I know that's right, girl." Shout out to Ming Lee. So anyways, shout out to the girls. Shout out to the girls who girl, shout out to the girls who got throats. Girl, that's about three, four girl miles long. Shout out to y'all. Anyways, so First Lady Shawnee, he does one trick and it's a curtain, and then from underneath the curtain, First Lady Shawnee pops, she appears. And they're excited, and Evelyn is excited. That's her best friend, she says. Can I say something? I don't like Shawnee on the show. I don't even know why First Lady Shawnee is even on this show. I don't like her on the show. I think with her being on the show, because Shawnee, has a little bit of power. Remember the last girl who kind of bucked at her, she thanked her for her services. Miss Brandy. We're gonna get into Brandy in a little bit because Shawnee punked Brandy. Girl, I said I guess she learned her lesson the first go around. Anyways, I don't like her on the show because I just feel like Shawnee is one of those people, and I have said this for years. If you go back and watch my Basketball Wives reviews from years ago, I have always said I don't like Shawnee on the show because it is my belief, if you want to be, behind the scenes, that's one thing, right? Because then I might have to kind of listen to you behind the scenes if you are one of the suits, if you have a little bit of power. But I do believe that once you step in front of the camera, I think that you become a cast member. And I don't think that it's right that Shawnee is off limits. If everybody else in the group can get called all types of bees and Jezebels, and get mopped in the face and swung at and chased after, then the same thing that goes for everybody else as a cast member, or could happen to everybody else as a cast member, it should go for Miss Shawnee too. And because they know that Shawnee is off limits, it's kind of just like, it's almost like, the manager is here now. I don't like that. I don't. We're gonna get back into it in a little bit towards the end when she punked Jean. I mean, when she punked Brandy. Brandy, you lost some cool points for me this episode. At one point, some seasons ago, Brandy was low key kind of one of my faves. Not like my fave, but like I was like, oh, okay, this is Brandy girl. She kind of, she wasn't scared of Tammy. She wasn't scared of Shawnee. So I was like, okay, girl, I'm not mad at a girl who ain't scared to buck. Cause y'all ain't gonna be punking me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was here for Brandy. Um, anyways, so Jen comes. Now she didn't come in the house. They went and met her outside. What's her name? Jackie and Brandy. And so they just went outside, had conversation, and then one of the questions she asked her was, "What made you plan her party around my wedding?" I mean, girl, Brandy is being messy. Um, I mean, we know it's for the show, clearly, but it is messy, you know. Um, the question that I have, because I can't remember, is I want to know like who went for Evelyn's birthday party and who went for Jen's wedding. Because at the wedding, girl, it was only 6 people. And out of the 6 people, there were only 4 basketball wives. So I want to know who was invited. Like, were they all invited first to Jen's wedding, and then they made the decision to just celebrate with Evelyn that day, or the people that were invited? Because Ty didn't get invited until that night because Jackie asked Brandy outside, not Brandy. Jackie asked Jennifer outside, "Can Ty come?" Which I thought was a little weird because Ty is supposed to be Evelyn's friend. So why would Ty be needing to go to Jennifer's wedding if Ty is Evelyn's friend? Now I could see Ming Lee because Ming Lee is Jennifer's friend, even though Ming Lee had already knew about Evelyn's party prior to Jen telling her about her wedding in Vegas. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Anyways, so Shawnee says that she doesn't understand why she still keeps coming around the circle to argue about her man. No, now I don't mind calling out BS, but the gag is Jennifer does not want to talk about her man. Now I could see if Shawnee said it's absolutely insane for her to think that she's going to come around this group and people not have questions about her man, because that actually is insane. But Jennifer doesn't want to talk um, about her man. Um, and then Brandy and Jackie eventually come back inside. Jennifer leaves. She never came inside the home. And then Brandy basically Brandy apologizes. She really didn't. Her apology was more of a kind of like, I said what I said. I really don't care what y'all think. I'm moving on, and I suggest y'all do the same. Girl, that's really what her apology was, but it really wasn't an apology. Okay, to me it wasn't. Um, the next day, Evelyn tells Ty she's a flip flopper. Um, yeah, she tells Ty she's a flip flopper, and that's when I want to know who was there for Jen's wedding and who was there for Evelyn, because I can't remember. But again, like I said, when they got to the wedding, it was only 6 people there, and 4 of the people were the housewives, basketball wives, whatever they're called. Um, so Ming Lee says she's gonna cook. Did y'all see when Jackie? I'm not lying, y'all. I did y'all. If y'all don't watch the show, you got to go watch it. You have to be paying close attention though. Jackie was in the kitchen fixing her a plate, and when she got to the eggs, Jackie probably had about 3 pieces of a scrambled egg on her plate. I'm not exaggerating. So I was like, either she just wants to make sure that the food is good. I mean, I don't know if you can't cook a scrambled egg, then I don't really know what. So I'm like, well, girl, it's a scrambled egg. You know what I'm saying? I could see if she was nervous to eat the pancakes or something like that. But Jackie really just had like I'm telling you, probably 3 pieces of a scrambled egg on her plate. And then Ming Lee, everybody keeps saying that it's so good, it's so good. And Ming Lee is like, Brandy, did you hear them say that my food is so good? Girl, when Brandy said, yeah, I love a good box pancake. Girl, no shade. No, I'm not trying to be shady. Girl, shout out to the girls who can throw down in the kitchen. I'm not one of the people who can throw down in the kitchen. I definitely can feed myself though. If I need to go in the kitchen and fry pork chops or chicken, bake some chicken, I can do that. Girl, I can feed myself, okay? Um, but girl, we're not gonna act like Ming Lee was just in the kitchen just throwing down. I mean, girl, she opened up a box of Aunt Jemima pancakes. Girl, it was probably the box where you just gotta pour you just gotta pour a little water in it. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to like that. I'm not trying to, because like I said, I'm not a chef, but we're not going to act like Brandy. I mean, not Brandy. We're not going to act like Ming Lee was in the kitchen just cooking, some homemade pancakes. And a girl measuring flour and sugar and salt and girl vanilla extract and all that stuff you put in pancakes, I guess. Um, Jackie and Chanel go have a conversation. Um, Chanel's not really feeling Brandy. And then she basically just tells Jackie, don't speak for her. Because it was Jackie, Brandy, Ty, and Ming Lee who went to the wedding. And she's basically telling Jackie, don't speak for her um, to Brandy. Baby, so they're getting ready to go to the wedding. Everybody looks nice. Ming Lee had on a black dress. I think that dress was Rick. Is it Rick Owens? I feel like I've seen somebody in that dress before. I think it's a Rick Owens dress. Anyways, so Ming Lee had on a black dress. It was all black basically. Baby Brandy. Ain't gonna lie, Brandy was bad. I said, oh. I said, I guess. And so Shawnee didn't spend the night. So she comes in and she's basically like, girl, where are you going? She was like, girl, if it was my wedding, you would have to go home because Brandy literally had I don't even think Brandy had no panties on. Okay. Like the whole side was pretty much out and it was like a strap holding her dress together. If somebody would have cut that strap, baby, ass and puss would have been everywhere. Do you hear me? And so Brandy was doing like this. They were like playing with each other with their fingers. And then Evelyn made a comment in the confessional saying that, girl, that finger is a little too close. Don't forget the last time she thanked you for your services. And it just kind of got under my skin again because it just goes to show that I just don't want Shawnee shouldn't be on the show. That's it. Um anyways, they get to the chapel, baby. Baby, they could have wore what they had on the day before. Girl, when I tell you they completely wasted an outfit, girl, overdressed. When I tell you overdressed, overdressed. Um, Again, there were only 6 people there, so I'm assuming because they were not legally married before that I guess that the party that they had, okay, in Paris, I guess that was for like family and friends. I forgot about this. What I thought was weird? And it almost kind of gave I get it because Shawnee was there for Evelyn's birthday, but I thought Shawnee's reaction to the question they asked her about was she going to go to Jennifer's wedding was real stank. So basically, they said, "Oh my God, Shawnee's here. She just made it here." That's what I'm sorry. I'm getting not they. Brandy and Jackie, when they went outside to speak to Jennifer, they told Jennifer that Shawnee had just made it to the house, and she invited Shawnee to the wedding. But when they told Shawnee, they was like, "Oh, Jennifer invited you to the wedding." And they were like, "Are you going to go?" She was like, but come to find out, Jennifer also invited Shawnee to her wedding in Paris, reception, your party in Paris. So I was thinking in my head, Jennifer has to feel some type of way about Shawnee if she invited Shawnee to her wedding in Paris. So for Shawnee to kind of be like, no. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Anyways, um, the aunt and the uncle, Christian's aunt, is that his real aunt? Because Evelyn keeps calling her like the fake aunt. Is she referring to a fake aunt as far as Jennifer because Jennifer is being married into the family? You see what I'm saying? Or is it Christian? Is it, I don't know. Um, so they finally meet the aunt, and she basically says she's Bama bred, Atlanta raised. She look ghetto. She is. She I don't want to say she's ghetto, but she's a little feisty. You could tell she's there to fight. I don't know if this is her moment and she wants to seize the moment and become a basketball wife next season, but she's definitely with the shits. And then she tells them to tell Evelyn that she needs to go see a gynecologist. So here she go. Here she go walking in, Christian. Here she come walking in. He thanks everyone, and then he addresses Brandy. And he tells her, we're going to keep this shit Gemini code. I said, baby, y'all all in the chopper cursing and shit. No respect. Anyways. So, but no, for real though. We're going to keep this shit Gemini code. And he basically tells her that the husbands and kids should never come up. Girl, y'all kill me with that shit. That's some fake ass fraudulent ass girl rule that they made up, and it's bounced around from girl network to network, reality show to reality show. Girl, no, we're gonna talk about the husbands. We might even tap on the kids if we got to, depending on how old they are. Okay, because girl, Shawnee, because as far as we concerned, Shanice, Evelyn looks at her as her kid, but Shanice is 31. So Shanice can definitely get scalped. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Even though we know everybody looks at their kid, their children, even their grown children as their kids, but girl, Shanice, girl, at this point in the game, girl, the light is green. She can get tugged on too. You know what I'm saying? But this whole thing about the husbands, no. Again, there's no way in hell that it just goes to show how detached from reality that Jen and Christian are. Because for them to even for a millisecond think that they were going to come back to this television show and Christian, with the things that are attached to his name, him not be a topic of conversation is absolutely insane to me. It's one thing for Jennifer not to want to talk about it, right? It's one thing for Jennifer to say, girl, stop talking about my husband because I got something in my back pocket. And when I bring it out, it's going to be about your daughter, Shanice, because she would have fell into. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing for Jennifer to say that. It's another thing for them to really think that no one is going to talk about it. Or expect the husbands to be off limits. No. Maybe on a reality show. And they say you are a mess. I don't know if he's a mess or not. Well, you were in jail. So, and when you were in jail for no traffic tickets, nigga. Okay? Be very clear. Going to jail don't make you a mess. Now, what you did to get in that motherfucker, now that's what we're going to talk about. You didn't go to jail for no traffic tickets. Be very clear. Anyways, um, so he starts to talk about I only love Jennifer. Do you not see the happiness on my wife's face? Oh, you want me to answer for real? Okay. Um, at one point, I swear I thought Brandy was about to start crying. I said, "Baby, if Brandy starts crying, I'm gonna lose all respect for her. Girl, don't you let this punk." I wish you would have this punk having you cry. Girl, you better cross your legs and cuss his ass out. Okay. But she basically tells him, long story short, that was her friend. That's her friend, and she had questions, and it was what it was. But Jennifer told her that she's good, and so Brandy said I left it alone. Basically, on some, I asked her. I heard some stuff that was attached to your name. I wanted to make sure she was okay. Was she good? She told me she's good. She likes it. I love it. I left it alone. That's pretty much what she said. Um, and then Jennifer comes in on a car. There's a little person who is Elvis Presley. Um, One of the conversations they had throughout the show was this wedding. What like it is weird to me. It is. Jennifer getting married in Vegas, it doesn't even make sense. None of us know Jennifer. Okay? Probably one or two people who probably watched this review probably know Jennifer. For the most part, none of us know Jennifer in real life. We know Jennifer through our television screen. I think that the majority of people, if not every person who has watched Basketball Wives, has always looked at Jennifer through the lens of kind of like the bougie, stuck up, um, sedity, you know, Chanel, champagne, diamonds type of girl. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's not a bad thing. I know it sounds like, oh girl, you trying to read. No, girl, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Jennifer always gave you bougie, stuck up, I'm better than the other girls, girl, I don't do all that fighting, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. So for I think the majority of us I really want to say everybody probably thought that Jennifer was kind of like the stuck up girl, right? But anyways, for her to go from that to like, girl, you get married in Vegas at a chapel, going to the chapel. It's weird to me. I think it's weird to most people. I think it's weird to most people. I really, really do. But girl, she got married. Did y'all see Jackie Christie trying to squeeze out tears? Girl, if you don't stop that bullshit. They kiss at the end, girl. When I say that kiss was so awkward to me, it appeared to me as if Christian was trying to do the most, and it looked like Jennifer probably just wanted to do like a little peck and then be done. It was just awkward and weird to me. Um, Shawnee, Evelyn, and then the other people. They went because the ones that didn't go to the wedding, they basically went with Evelyn, and then they went to like this thing where you can like what is it called? Kind of like an obstacle course, but it's like outside, big trucks and fire and all that stuff. Anyways, they're basically talking about Jackie not meeting Chantel's husband, and Evelyn says we know Jackie as a wife, but not as a mother. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't know. I feel like Jackie's probably an ain't shit mama. Chantel gets on my nerves. I don't know why. I don't know if I like Chantel. I don't know if I like Chantel on the show as a housewife. I don't know because like Chantel like complains a whole like it's almost like Chantel thought she was signing up for like I don't know. I don't know if she thought she was signing up to be on Chopped. I don't know if she thought she was signing up to be on Guy's Groceries. I don't know if she thought she was signing up to be on Family Feud. But the way that Chantel always kind of acts as if she does not know how this show goes. Girl, Chantel, before she was a housewife, basketball wife, whatever, girl, y'all know what I'm talking about. Chantel has been on this show plenty of times. Girl, she knows the drill. It's almost like I guess Chantel was the person who was supposed to come in and kind of be above the drama. Like this is stupid. What are we doing? Like what are we doing? But it's like I get it. Like you could be kind of like, girl, I'm a grown woman. I don't really do drama. But for you to, I feel like that's always her thing. Every scene. I don't know why. Are y'all? Am I getting that? Are y'all getting what I'm getting from Chantel? Anyways, but with that being said, I do think Jackie probably is an ain't shit mama because that other daughter, doesn't she have a deaf daughter who wrote a book or something some years ago? And then you got Chantel, who really don't fuck with Jackie. I think she really only deals with Jackie because, girl, that's her mama. But outside of that, girl, if Jackie was just some regular schmegular girl off the street, Chantel would not fuck with Jackie at all. Okay. Um, I want to know Jackie's relationship with her son. So it's three of them, right? It's Chantel, I was about to say the deaf girl, the daughter who's hearing impaired, and then the son. I think there's three kids, right? I didn't even know she had a son until this season when Chantel was on the phone talking to him. I was like, oh. Anyways, so Jackie, they go to dinner that night. Jackie basically tells Evelyn what the aunt said. Evelyn gets pissed. And she says that Jennifer was the one who ended up in the hospital due to a yeast infection, pussy blown up like a blowfish. I said, oh, girl. I said, oh, no. Okay. Evelyn thinks that they should have said something. Evelyn, girl. Evelyn, you was just out here pulling Jackie's whole card last year, talking about she was selling pussy at the age of girl, I don't know what. Girl, you said that, girl, you gonna pull that lady's whole girl record. Said she was a prostitute, baby. And now, girl, you want the girls to take up for you. Girl, you talked about my pussy, I'm gonna let her talk about yours. Period. Be very clear. I ain't defending shit. Okay. You talked about what was going on with mine. I'm gonna let her talk about what was going on with yours and what you need to go see and what you need to do about it. I ain't saying nothing. But see, you can't say stuff like that because you're trying to move on. Right? That's the whole name of the game. When they say they move on, they gotta move on. Because I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on for no shit like that. Girl, even if I did do it when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, girl, you pulling us for shit I did 40 years ago. Girl, I'm a whole married woman, bitch. Oh, girl. Anyways. And then Chantel basically says, like, why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? And they're like, to celebrate. Yeah, but why are we here? Why are we here? And they were like, for Evelyn's birthday, okay. And she was like, I just don't like being around this weird shit. Chantel, get off my screen. And then Shawnee says that the energy is off. Shawnee, how the fuck you know the energy off? You just got there, girl, less than 24 hours ago. Okay? You act like you've been around. And then she says, I just think that she has a real stank attitude since I got here. And she was talking about Brandy. And then Chantel like was giggling and she said something like, since we got here. And that's all I could really hear Chantel say. And then Brandy interjected and was like, first of all, cut it out and stay in a child's place. And then everybody kind of was like, oh shit. And then it went off. But my whole thing is, again, girl, here we go. Brandy, I guess you must have learned your lesson the last time because Shawnee, you should have been telling Shawnee, girl, you just got here. You don't know what my attitude is like. But see, now they scared of Shawnee. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to Shawnee. Because the last time I cussed your ass out, girl, you got me fired. You iced me out. You had the girls not want to talk to me and film scenes with me. You see what I'm saying? I don't like Shawnee on the show. If Shawnee can't be treated like a cast member without the girls thinking that they might lose their job, then she don't need to be on the show. If everybody else get cursed out, slapped, girl punched around, called bitches, hoes, sluts, Jezebels, girl talk about each other's pussies, girl bring up girl charges from when they was 18, 19, 20, 21, from 1983 and 1965, then bitch, Shawnee can get it too. If everybody else in her can get cursed out, Shawnee can get her ass cursed out too. And if Shawnee can't get cursed out, then she should not be a cast member. She just needs to go behind the scenes and call the shots. Anyways, that's it. All right, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.